I swear, I've seen it 1,000 times. A woman sits in my chair, a little frazzled, a little tired, and then her hair starts coming together. Suddenly, she's sitting taller, she's checking herself out in the mirror, and she's smiling like, oh, there she is. You see, that's the magic of a good hair day. And it's exactly why I created the Good Hair Energy Box. It's my way of sending that confident, feel-good energy to you every month. It's a monthly reminder of how powerful a good hair day can be. If this sounds like something you'd love, head to goodhairenergy.com. You can learn more about the box and add your name to the wait list so you'll be the first to hear when it goes live. And remember, when you know better, you do better. Hi there, and welcome to All About Hair with Danise. If you love great hair, real advice, and that feel-good kind of encouragement, you're going to love it here. I'm Danise, and every week we're talking hair care, confidence, simple beauty routines, and the kind of personal growth that feels doable. Let's get into it. Have you ever noticed when you walked into a room and your hair was on point that you felt like $1,000,000? I know. There's something about a good hair day that really affects your confidence. And you see, that's why I created the Good Hair Energy Box. So many people have been asking me about this. And with so much energy. I mean, they're excited about it. When I start talking about it, they're like, oh my gosh, this is great. I want this. In fact, I want to buy it for my daughters too. That's why I want to talk about why I created it, because so many people have asked me questions. Because in the past, let me just be honest with you. Ever since I sold my salons, I have been searching for my purpose. Okay, I know. And if you're one of those people and you've been searching for your purpose, you know what that's about. What gets you up in the morning? What can you do to make a difference in the world? Because when I had my salons, I had my stylists, I had my clients, I had purpose. And I really loved it. I loved giving my stylists their confidence. I used to say, I'll be your confidence when you don't feel it, so you could be good on the floor, because a lot of new stylists coming into the salons and learning, you would be surprised how many of those are in the back room having an anxiety attack because they don't know if they know enough, and they might not know enough. And it's a confidence thing. So as their leader, I used to give them the confidence. I'd set them down and I'd cheer them on and be their biggest cheerleader, but I'd also teach them how to do things as well. So that's why when I sold my salons, I really felt lost. I felt like, okay, now what? I still love hair. And I was searching for a community. I was searching for something. And so that's why it led me down the path of trying to do online courses, like how to start a salon, because that's what I did. I did it 4 times and pretty successfully, I might add. But my heart wasn't in it. I kept making these courses and taking all this time, and I just wasn't enjoying it. I went down the road of maybe I need to open another salon. And I looked at like 3 different spaces here in my community in Williamsburg, Virginia, that would have been excellent spots to open a salon. And I know, no doubt in my mind, they would have been successful because that's how I roll, right? But there was something in me. I just didn't want to do that. I've done that. And I felt like, is that the only thing that defines me? No, I don't think so. And to tell you the truth, it sounds just exhausting to start all over again and to train people and to, I don't know, I was having a conversation with a stylist who used to work for me, and, she reminded me when we were good as a team, oh my gosh, we were unstoppable. We were really good, a well-oiled machine. And I bet you ask any person that worked in my salon at that time, they would 100% agree. We had a blast. However, when it's not good, it's not good. If you've ever owned a business or led a team or managed a team, you know how fragile that dynamic is to keep everybody focused on the same goal, all that. So that's what I'm saying. It was exhausting. It was a lot of work. So I didn't really want to do that again. I didn't want to commit the funding, the money. I didn't want to commit my time because, frankly, I'm kind of enjoying my time. And I didn't really want to train a whole staff again. Because managing a staff and depending on your team for the income of the salon, that is a lot of stress. And I just didn't want to take that on again. So then I built a salon in the basement of my house. And I have 30, 35 clients, that just enough to keep my hands in it, enjoy it, teach people. I don't need any more than that. And I work like 3 days a week behind the chair. And it's just been wonderful. But I still felt like there was something else I wanted to do, whether that means volunteering at beauty schools, whether that means teaching or supporting or something. And then it hit me. I was watching this. I don't even know what it was. It was some kind of ad, like we always see when we're scrolling, right? And it was this person, and I had seen her and heard her. Her name's Sarah, and she was talking about subscription boxes and that she teaches people how to do subscription boxes. I had heard her talk on somebody else's podcast a couple of years ago, and I was intrigued then. I just wasn't ready for that. But I was listening to her talk, and then, of course, it piqued my interest. And so I went on her website, and I said, what is this? Could I do this? What would that even look like? And then it dawned on me. I would love to do this because I love to do stuff for other people. I love to give. I love to be of service. I love to reach a broader audience because not everybody can come sit down in my chair in my basement of my house. Frankly, I don't want most people to do that. There's a lot of privacy there, right? So I want to explain to you how I came up with the box idea, what it's going to involve, and see if maybe that's something that you might be interested in. And if it is, this is the time to go get signed up. Get on our wait list because, and I'll explain as we go, if you are on the wait list, you are not obligated to purchase anything. You're just on a wait list, okay? And what that wait list means that you will be the first to know when we launch. And I can guarantee you we're launching next month. You're just going to be one of the first people to know exactly when my website opens up, so you could be one of the first, because I'm only going to allow a certain number because I have to get my orders in for all the products and all the good stuff, right? So I can only order so much. So if you're on the wait list, not only do you get firsthand information and you're in the know, you also get a bonus in the founder's box. The bonus is my t-shirt. I should have wore it today. Didn't know I was going to be doing this. Know Better, Do Better t-shirt. And it's only going to be printed once. Once it's printed, I'm not printing it again. So the only way you can get this t-shirt is to be on the wait list for the founding box. This Friday is the deadline. This Friday, which would be January 16th at midnight, I'm turning the wait list off. If you want to get on the wait list to be one of the first to see what this is all about and to see sneak peek behind the scenes before everybody else gets on and purchase their box, then now's the time to do it. All you want to do is go to www.goodhairenergy.com. I'll leave the link in the show notes because sometimes when you just put in the www, it doesn't go through because it's a secret website that I created. And sometimes it doesn't like the www. You actually have to do the HTTP:// blah, blah. Anyway, I'll leave a link. You can just click on it and it'll take you there. And it'll also explain a little bit more about the box. So let me just tell you a little bit of backstory, okay? I've spent the last 30 years, basically, behind the chair. And I can guarantee you that a good hair day, when people leave and they feel good about their hair, their whole energy changes. Everything about them changes. They stand up straighter. Their face just gets brighter. Their confidence. You know what I'm talking about. When your hair looks good, you feel like you can conquer the world. Am I right? I think I'm right. I've watched this time and time again. I've watched clients sit down in my chair and they're just like, I don't know, this, it's just hanging. I don't have any volume, whatever. And, and you talk to them and you really consult with them and you show them how to do their hair and you solve the problem. You give them good products. You tell them what you're using on their hair and they just come alive. I love it because they feel good again. I love that. And I bet you can ask every single hairstylist out there. That's the reason why they do hair. Because every single hour, mostly, you get this hit of dopamine because it feels so good when your client leaves confident and they leave energized and they're happy. On the flip side, when you don't hit it out of the park and for whatever reason, it's disheartening. Oh my gosh. That's a whole other story. But, how many sleepless nights as a hairstylist because you're like, why didn't I just tweak it just a little bit? Or whatever. Because you could just feel that person wasn't feeling what you just did. I wanted to create something that carried that energy beyond the salon. That's why I came up with this. That's why. When I heard Sarah from Launch Your Box talk about this, I said, I think I could do this. And it's really exciting. The more I talked about it and I shared it with my friends, and I had a friend come over and we were brainstorming ideas like, let's just create 6 months of boxes. And we just got our little, sticky pads out and we like, okay, what's the theme? What can we put in there? What are people wanting? It led me to develop this box. Okay. Couple of reasons why. Number one, because hair is never just about hair. You know what I mean. Hair is your confidence. Hair is your identity. Hair is who you are. When I'm having a bad hair day, I usually have a baseball cap on. You might be one of those that do the same. And I even have a baseball cap that says bad hair day. And I have it available, or I will have as soon as my new website comes up, which will be in a few days. I'm not going to say that. What's today's date? At least in the next 2 weeks, it'll be up. And I actually have a cap in there that says Bad Hair Day. Love it. Love it. Fun. Good stuff. When you feel good and your hair feels good, you stop shrinking. You can make decisions faster. You have more energy. So I wanted to create this box to remind you that month after month, that caring for your hair is not shallow. It is self-respect. Don't let anybody fool you that your hair doesn't matter. It's not about vanity. It's about self-confidence. It's about self-worth. It's about self-respect. Yeah. All right. My second reason is to bring intention back to self-care. We are drowning, if you're like me, drowning in hair products. Maybe you're not like me because I have a lot of hair products, but I can guarantee you any woman out there, if you look under their bathroom sink or wherever they keep their hair products, tons of hair products that they don't want to get rid of because there's still product in there, but it's just not working for them. I get it. I've been one of those people standing in frankly, in like Target or the drugstore, and there are tons of hair products out there. How in the heck are you supposed to know what's going to work for your hair type without going into a hair salon and having a hairstylist give you their recommendation? And some of you, frankly, are afraid to go into a hair salon. Frankly, sometimes I am too. I have heard so many horror stories about not getting what you expected, or you go in there and most of the time the hairstylist is not even telling you what they're using on your hair because they're afraid to, because they think that you're going to think that they're trying to sell you something. So instead of educating you on what they're putting on your hair to make it look beautiful, they're just not saying anything. And then you walk out of there and you're like, I like what my hair looks like, but I have no idea what's on it. So you go to Target or the local drugstore and you try to find something similar to maybe what they put on your hair, right? I know, I know, I know. I want to guide you towards better choices. Okay, so this box, I'm going to curate it. So when you subscribe to this box, you'll be getting some questions about your hair, about what type of hair, what your hair concerns are, what color your hair is, because it's going to allow me to curate a box personalized to your hair type when it's possible. There's going to be occasions that, say you have curly hair, and then somebody else has really fine straight hair. The same product is not going to work on both of y'all. There might be sometimes like a sunscreen for your hair, but if you have really thick curly hair and she has fine, thin, straight hair, a heavier gel-like cream might work for your hair. That would definitely not work over here. So when the occasion comes on the month, I am definitely going to curate boxes to go individually by hair type. There might be some times that it might go by hair color. Basically, I want it to just be simple. I want a product in there that I can explain to you, and I will have step-by-step instructions on how to use each product that I put in the boxes. I'll have not only pictures and step-by-step, but I might also have to put a link to a video to explain how to use it, if that helps get the process across a little bit better. But the only people that's going to be privy to this is you, who has a subscription to the box. I just want these products to be useful. I want them to be intentional. I want them to come at a time of the year that you will use it, like in springtime when it's the humidity, or the summertime. And humidity, at least in my part of the world, is 90% plus. You might need something to control frizz. That's completely different than in January, when you might need something like a hair mask or something for static or dryness or something like that. Do you see how I'm getting this? So each product will be curated for the month that it's delivered to your house. But also, I want to share my stylist wisdom with you. Yeah, and that goes along with, not everybody can sit down in my chair. I love to teach people when they sit down in my chair, but you might not be able to sit down in my chair. Probably not, right? So I want to share with you my knowledge about not only the product, but maybe some tips on how to style your hair, how to use it a little bit differently. It makes it so I'm not just preaching to everybody like a big old wide net of something. And the products are going to be trial size. A couple of good things about that. Not only can you take them on airplanes and travel with them, but it gives you a moment to try before you buy. I actually asked a few of my friends, because at first I was thinking, well, I'll put in a big full-size product, which I thought, woo, and then I'll put in a travel size product, and then a couple of fun hair care items, tools, things like that. But a couple of people said to me, ooh, I don't know about the full-size product, because to tell you the truth, the full-size professional products, they take up the bulk of the budget. And that was a problem in my eyes, that I needed to budget a little bit better. So my friend said, why don't you just put in a travel size? That way people can try before they buy. And then they're not guilty having full-size products under their sink and it didn't work for them, right? Then that way too, I'm going to put that product either on my website, available for sale, or on my Amazon storefront. So you'll have a direct link on how to go buy it. Or you could go buy it wherever you want to go buy it. You don't have to buy it from me. But I want to give you the opportunity to know where to get it. I also want to connect your hair care with your mindset. Let me just tell you, anybody who knows me knows I love quotes. I love positive quotes. I love affirmations. I love confidence quotes. When I used to have my salon, I used to send a daily email to all of my employees. And the last thing I had on my email was a daily nugget. And the daily nugget was a quote. Hopefully made their day a little bit brighter, hopefully made them think a little bit more. And I want to start that routine back up because I just loved, not only did it help me through my day, but I was hoping to help somebody else. And I used to love when people would come to me and said, that's exactly what I needed to hear today. So I'm going to include in this box affirmations. It can come in the form of a sticker or a keychain or a water bottle or a t-shirt or a hat or a bag. There'll probably be a sticker in every single one because I love stickers. I don't know about you. I have my water bottle full of stickers. So if you're like me, I just think it's fun to have around, and it reminds us to be kind to ourselves. Our inner dialogue of how we're thinking is just as important as our hair. I truly believe so. And then I just wanted to create a monthly check-in from a friend, and hopefully I'm your friend. And it's not loud. It's not going to be trendy. It's personal. It's from me to you. And I want you to feel that way. I wanted to say, hey, I see you. Keep going. Do the thing. You're way better than you think you are. And that's really what I want this box to be about. I want it to be a reminder that you are an incredible human being. I just happen to do hair, and I love the aspect of hair, and I love how a good hair day could give us good hair energy. And that's really, really what it's all about. I'm looking at my notes to make sure I didn't forget anything because I really want you to know that I'm putting a lot of thought into these boxes. And I'm actually having fun because I'm behind the scenes picking out products and picking out things to maybe make it so you're going to be like, oh my gosh, look at this. I never thought about that. What the Good Hair box isn't, it's not about perfect hair. We don't have perfect hair. I don't have perfect hair. Heck, if you look real close, you'll see my gray roots coming in. You'll see my curls all frizzy. We are all human beings. We are all trying our best to get through, right? So it's just a box to remind yourself that how you feel when you care about yourself with intention matters. And that's what I want it to be about. And sometimes it's just having something small but consistent that makes a huge difference in how we show up in the world. And that's what I want this box to represent. Okay. Good hair energy. I think the name says it all. Hopefully you're going to be around to join me on this journey to maybe you'll be a part of this community. I would absolutely love that. Give it a shot. There's no obligation. Get on the wait list. Heck, you could subscribe. You can cancel at any time. You can pause your membership at any time. There's no judgment, but I really would love to have you as part of this community. And I really am grateful that you're here listening to why I even created it in the first place. But I'm really excited to share something with you and create this positivity because, gosh, Lord knows we need this in the world today, right? And we need to remember that we're okay just how we are, whether our hair's frizzy, flat, fly away, or whatever. Okay. Thanks for being here today. Always, always remember, when you know better, you do better. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you love this, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's next. And if you want a little extra good hair energy delivered to your door each month, go check out my Good Hair Energy subscription box.